Hey, what's up? This is Jordan, the Mediocre Millionaire. So a lot of you know my story. I didn't come from money. I bought a vacuum cleaner in 2015 for $45. Started knocking on people's doors asking to clean their buildings and started a cleaning company. And before we knew it, we had real estate and a couple of preschools that we own and about 120 employees or so. So we didn't come from money. Most of what I learned it through trial and error. I learned a whole lot through YouTube as well, just researching and figuring things out on my own. So whenever you come from money, you have rich uncles, rich parents, whatever it may be, you can ask them, like, what do you do with your money? I didn't really have that situation. So now I've been doing a lot of research trying to figure out, what do I do with the money that's sitting in this account that I'm doing nothing with? From time to time I would talk to my accountant and he would tell me, if you don't spend this much money, then you'll have to pay the government this much in taxes. So you have to spend $50,000 in the next couple of months to eliminate that huge tax burden. So with that money, I would sometimes buy real estate or maybe buy a car or something like that. But just trying to get smarter with my money, I'm doing something a little different with the excess money that I have. Instead of just keeping $50,000 or $70,000 in a savings account, or instead of buying a new Range Rover, now I actually use a financial advisor and put my money into what's called a brokerage account. So I really didn't know what that was until I spoke with the financial advisor and he walked me through the whole situation. So what it is basically is you put money into an account. We use Fidelity Investments. So we put all of our excess money into this account and then our financial advisor he uses that money and puts it in different vehicles to make more interest and I guess make money for you while it just sits there. So I'll give you a quick example. Whenever I would have my money sitting in a savings account, let's just say I had $1,000 sitting in my Bank of America savings account. That interest that it would generate over a year was like 0.1%. So not 1%, but 0.1%. So it was 1/10% is what it would gain me. So if I had $1,000 in my account, it would generate like maybe $1 for the whole year. All right, so that's not really good. That means my money wasn't really working for me on that instance, right? So what we do now is we put that $1,000 into this investment bank account. It's called Fidelity Investments, but we put this $1,000 in this account, and then my financial advisor decides which stocks to put that money into. Since I'm not really big into stocks, I don't want to learn how to do stocks. I don't want to get involved in all that kind of thing. I pay my financial advisor to do my stocks for me. So I put $1,000, let's say I put $1,000 a week into this account. His job is to find out which stocks are performing the best and then move my money from one stock to the next. So everything in my Fidelity Investments account, his job is to move that money into different accounts and different stocks. So instead of me gaining 0.1%, now I'm gaining 7%, or on a good year, I gain 10 to 11% on my money. So one of the really important things that you want to look at before you jump into like this brokerage account thing is to really research the person that you're going to be utilizing to be your financial advisor. You've probably heard some of these people in the NBA who go broke because they thought that their accountant was actually paying their mortgage every month, but they was really just putting into a savings account so they could buy their third yacht or something crazy like that. So really research the people that you're going to be utilizing as your financial advisor. I wouldn't use anybody who's been in business less than 5 to 10 years. Like, use somebody who's been in business for a long time, because then they'll have a track record and people can tell you what they think about this person. And it's really easy to find out if they're loyal, if they're honest, and all those different kind of things, if they've been in business for 10, 15, or 20 years. Also, go and meet with these people face to face, because what you want to do is you want to be able to trust these financial advisors to utilize your money and to honor your money just as well as they're honoring people's money who make 10 to 15 times more than you make. So my wife and I, we went and met with our financial advisor, and that was one of the first questions I asked him was like, I come from new money. I don't have a bunch of old money. I don't have tens of millions of dollars laying around. Okay, so are you going to value my money as well as you value this other person's money that's paying you 15 times the amount that I'm paying you? And he was like, yeah, actually, yeah. He showed me this track record and I looked at his reviews and everything, and it all made sense. Another part of the brokerage account that you want to look into is you don't want to be sending money directly to the financial advisor. You want to have what's called a custodian of the account. So I told you earlier, Fidelity Investments is the custodian of our account. So that means instead of me writing checks directly to my financial advisor, I write checks to Fidelity Investments. It goes directly to them. And then my financial advisor, he goes into this account and then he's able to move that money around. And then I'm able to see what's going on by just logging into an account or on a website, and I can see where my money is and where it's going. So that's another mistake that a lot of these basketball players and football players make, is that they just 100% believe everything that these accountants and these financial advisors are telling them. Whenever the financial advisor or the accountant says you owe $80,000 in taxes this year, instead of writing that check directly to the IRS, they're writing that check to the accountant. And then that accountant is just disappearing with the money and gone with it. So always have a custodian. That means a middle person, a middleman that's going to be between you and the financial advisor. That way they can't just take your money and run with it, but they actually have to have checks and balances on every single thing they do. So if I were you, I really would look into doing a brokerage account. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be making a bunch of money. It's just a way that you can save up and make your money work for you, actually, instead of you working for your money. Please do like the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. Once again, I always continue giving this free information out. This is things that I've learned through trial and error. This is not something that I've written in a book. It's not something that I learned in college. These are things that I've actually done personally, and I do them personally. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it. God bless. Take care. Peace.